Hey, this is Carla.
This is Jasmine.
And you're listening to
Cracking the Coconut, where we tackle taboo conversations in the Filipino community.
By cracking one coconut at a time. Hey, everybody! Welcome back to Cracking the Coconut Season 2. And it's really awesome that we are here saying this, that we are in Season 2. I hope you all enjoyed Season 1 if you all listened to it. But if you are new and just coming here and this is your first episode ever, I am your host, Carla J.
And I'm your other host, Jasmine. Welcome everybody to Cracking the Coconut Season 2. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We went through a whole season already.
We went through a whole season, several weeks of giving you lots of fun content. At least I hope it was fun content. But yeah, it's been quite a wild ride.
Yeah, it has been a wide ride. I cannot talk. It's been that long. But everybody, thank you for supporting us. You know, I think one of the greatest things about the first season is the amount of response we've gotten from people. And, you know, I didn't even think like 20 people would want to listen to us, random people talking about, you know, topics in the Filipino community, all that good stuff. But hey, we got a lot of support and a lot of great feedback, and everybody's liking our content, which is great. But, you know, for the most part, the biggest thing is that people are getting something from our content. You know, like if you're first time joining us here, Cracking the Coconut is all about tackling taboo topics in the Filipino community. And that could be anything from talking about what career you want to have, you know, and kind of even just challenging your family with your own choice. Like, it's hard to explain for those who don't understand Filipino people, but when you do not choose what your parents want you to be, it's like you're attacking the family.
Oh, yes. It's like a huge attack on the family. And it's like they almost guilt trip you like, oh, you don't love me enough to pursue what I want you to pursue. Yeah. And that's what Cracking the Coconut is. It's tackling these taboo topics in hopes to bridge the gap of understanding, not just between Filipino Americans, but, you know, hopefully on a generational level as well. And you know, past that, just between Filipino Americans as well as Filipinos back home in the motherland too. And we're bringing Season 2 at a really good time because we decided to release Season 2 in October because it is Filipino American History Month. And it's also my birth month. I am a Libra.
And her name is Carla.
Yes. So that's why we're bringing Season 2 pretty close to the end of Season 1. And yeah, and it's really important that we talk about Filipino American History Month and just Filipino American history in general, because Filipinos have contributed to so much into American history. Filipinos left the motherland to join the healthcare workers out here, or to work plantations in the 1920s. Also, there were so many Filipinos who joined to fight alongside the U.S. during World War II. And my pop, his dad was actually a veterano. Oh wow!
And so he fought with Americans in World War II, and I know he lived in the Philippines he lived in America, in San Francisco for a cool while too. Yeah. So I wish I was able to talk to him and ask him about his own story, but unfortunately I didn't get to meet my great grandfather. But yeah, man, like, it's crazy. And obviously we're not historians, but, you know, with veteranos, they did not get their benefits till, what was it, 2009?
2009 during the Obama administration.
Yeah, where they finally acknowledged them and they gave them their benefits. And, you know, when these people were you know, joining in to fight on the war with Americans, they were promised benefits, they were promised citizenship. And, you know, look at it, 70 years later? 80 years later, actually, it's the same shit. Like, veterans are not treated right, and you know, and Filipino veterans are not. We're not immune to that treatment as well.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Filipinos who fought alongside the U.S. in World War II were the last ethnic group to be recognized as heroes, to receive benefits or citizenships. And it comes at, you know, how, with this information at hand, it comes at like a really, you know, interesting time right now because of the Asian Asian hate crimes that's going around from COVID. I mean, Asian hate crimes has been around for so many years, but now we see it more often because of social media, because of digital media and all of that stuff. So, it's crazy that Filipinos were the last ethnic group to actually be recognized for their service, and now we're still marginalized and still at the we still have the short end of the stick getting hate crime out there. But we need to stick together and learn each other's history. And
I think what everybody should do is just kind of help yourself learn a little bit more about Filipino history. Read a book that's sorry, I'm trying to say something. Hold on. I think that everybody should kind of take the time this month to maybe once a week read something new about Filipino history, and it'll bring us a little bit closer to know our roots and know our own selves, because especially as Filipino Americans, we only see so much, especially in school. We only learn so much, and maybe a tiny portion, if anything, was about Filipinos and the Philippines. So educate yourselves this month and learn about our history.
If history is not really your thing and you don't want to really read books, then at least support Filipino-owned businesses, whether it's a bake shop, a cafe, it's a fashion designer, whatever it may be. Find those Filipino-owned businesses and give your money to them this month.
So, Carla, what are we talking about today?
Okay, today we are talking...
What are we bringing the people for the first episode of season 2?
So today's topic, we are going to be a little bit more positive, because last season, we kicked off season 1 with a little bit of drama, a little bit of tea, which was the Barkada fiasco of 2020. So if you haven't listened to season 1 at all, definitely go check it out. We talk about 4 white dudes who culturally appropriate our beautiful Filipino culture. So definitely check it out if you haven't yet. But today we are talking about manifestation. And manifestation isn't necessarily a Filipino thing or a Filipino American thing. This is a universal idea that anyone can do and anyone can participate in. But we wanted to share this because it we wanted to talk about manifestation because we got this idea while doing something cool on Tuesdays. Jasmine, tell everyone what we do on Tuesdays.
So every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are a part of the live streaming app Kumu, which, if you don't know what Kumu is, it's the biggest live streaming app in the Philippines, and it's a really huge platform. So we're there every evening at on Tuesdays, talking about taboo topics as well. And yes, on the podcast we have like an hour-long show where we have our episodes and we're talking to each other and sharing different thoughts and having a conversation. But the cool thing about Kumu is we have the eyes and ears of people from anywhere who want to tune in live. So people in the Philippines, also people out in America, and it's a cool way to bring our platform to a live stream platform. I feel like exposing that to the audience on Kumu is a great way to kind of help build that understanding and connection with other people as well. But yes, we are on Kumu, 8 p.m. on Tuesdays. Quick shout out to the One Down family who put us on, our cousins Leo and Tessa. What's up,
Sarah?
And Sarah.
But yeah, so check us out on Kumu. All the information is going to be in the blog post that comes with this podcast. But yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, we were on live on Kumu, and I'm not sure what we were talking about, but it kind of shifted directions and we started talking about manifestation. And we noticed that the audience members that were listening and tuning in were really interested in talking about manifestation and hearing us hearing us talk about it and asking us questions how to do it. And so we decided, fuck it, let's talk about manifestation for our first episode, because manifestation is a very positive thing. And if you don't know what it is at all, manifestation is magic. Manifestation is setting your intentions and bringing your goals to you. And manifestation requires a lot of positivity and elevated frequencies. Like, anyone can do manifestation. And the reason why I say manifestation is magic is because it really is. Everyone is a super a superhero in a sense. Like everyone has the superpower of manifestation, but it's up to you and the vibes that you put out and your energy that you project onto the world that will help you either manifest all the goals and ambitions that you've thought about in life, or you'll be stuck being a piece of shit.
That kind of reminds me of like how X-Men, they go to the school to build their skills and kind of hone in on their skills and their talents. And if you don't practice it, you're gonna like lose control, or you're not gonna get to where you're where you're destined to be if you don't put in the hard work. So it's kind of like manifestation. It's a skill or something in you that you really have to develop and kind of master in your own personal way.
Yeah, 100%. And manifestation, it's kind of in a sense, it's kind of like the cousin of praying. So when you're praying to a higher being like God or Jesus. But with manifestation, it's you. You're not praying to yourself, but you are the magic, and you're like putting things out into the universe.
I believe that manifestation is another level of spirituality.
Okay, yes.
So I haven't figured it out yet, but I believe that manifestation has a connection and a correlation to just belief and spirituality and energy, and what you exude outwardly is what you exude internally.
It's all about that energy and that positivity and just doing good things and doing good things for yourself.
Yeah.
There's nothing negative about it. You can't, like if you're praying, you can't pray bad things on someone. You only send good prayers towards someone. With manifesting, you're doing the same thing. You're manifesting good things for yourself, and you could manifest and send good energies and send good vibrations towards other people.
Do you think, like, with manifestation, obviously, you're talking about it in a positive way, but do you think people can also manifest negatively, like say outwardly to people? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so, because manifestation, in order to manifest your goals and manifest things into your life, it works on positivity. It works on good energy. It's not a Dementor from Harry Potter where it's thriving off of bad energies and sadness. Like manifestation requires positivity. So you yourself can't be like, okay, I'm manifesting this person to lose her job. You can't do that shit, because it's not gonna happen.
So what if manifestation is one thing? What do you think the other side of manifestation is, like the opposite of it?
Ooh, good question. I don't know. It's probably
everything has a balance.
That is
There's
true.
always
a
yin, a yang, a hot, a cold. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say maybe the opposite of manifestation isn't so much like a negative dark force. I think the opposite of manifestations is when your manifestations necessarily don't come true. There's people who manifest and say they're manifesting a job, a job at Starbucks, and say they don't get that job at Starbucks, and they're gonna think, oh no, that manifestation, didn't work. It doesn't work for me. And so it's all about also how you react to things. So I think the opposite of manifestation is just when it doesn't work out, but how are you going to react to that? How are you going to continue manifesting though, and pushing forward that positivity through that, dark moment in your life?
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. I asked a hard question.
Yeah.
But like I said, I believe that there's always another side to one thing, and it causes like that balance.
Yeah.
I think the opposite of manifestation is probably like pessimism.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you're not putting in positive thoughts and there's confidence in that thought and belief in that thought, the other side is pessimism. You're not thinking that you can achieve it. You're not thinking that it's already yours, or that you earn it, or you deserve it, no matter how hard you try. If you're pessimistic and you're bringing that energy out, then you're just getting farther and farther from what you want. So maybe it's pessimism.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Like, that makes total sense, because like I already mentioned, in order to manifest, you have to have positivity. You have to have good faith in yourself and like the universe and everything. And I started manifesting back in 2017 when I lost my job. I was working at the radio station, but I felt like I wasn't getting properly compensated, still not getting properly compensated. So I got a job offer from a different company, and I thought this was going to be, you know, the greatest thing ever. You know, I was going to get paid a little bit more money. It was closer to home. I was going to be doing what I really wanted to do, and it was the step towards the right direction of my ultimate career goals. And so I took the job. I said goodbye to radio, and then after 6 days with no warning, this job completely let me go via email. Anyway, so I did get let go after 6 days, and after that I tried to find a job within 2 weeks. I was living in Anaheim at the time, but I didn't, and so I had to go back, move home to my Filipino parents. And that's when my mental health took a turn. It went downwards like fast. I felt really, really low, and so I needed something, I guess, positive in my life, something. And I was applying for jobs. I was actively applying for jobs. I was going on interviews or phone interviews. So I was actively trying to get out of there, but just nothing was happening. And so one day I was on YouTube, and on my recommended page came across this YouTuber. Her name is Isabelle Palacios. I will link all of her info in the blog post because I fucking love her. She is amazing. She is the first person to ever introduce manifestation to me. She's the manifestation queen. And I just started watching all of her videos, and that's how I came across the idea and the power of manifestation. And so I use her tips and tricks to manifest myself out of like that bad situation, you know? But yeah, so that's how I discovered manifestation. What about you, Jazz?
Yeah, man, manifestation. So I think that I've actually been manifesting for over 10 years. And the thing is, like, I didn't even know it, you know? I remember growing up, I would always be told to pray at night before I went to bed. So that's something that, you know, I've continued to always do. But through the years, as I stopped following the religion I grew up with, so I grew up Catholic, I kind of just did my own prayers, you know, whatever was meaningful to me. And you know, I was going through a really hard time like 10 years ago, and I was struggling through anxiety. And throughout my years living, I never experienced anxiety till one day, and it just hit. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck is happening, but I feel it in every part of me, and I feel so scared, you know, because you think if you ever had a panic attack or anxiety attack, you feel like you're like losing it, you know, like you're out of control and you're like out of your body. And so, you know, I think during that time, what really helped was I would have like conversations with myself to help me kind of calm down and help me kind of just reflect on my space in my head. It made me think too that we have so much control with our thoughts, and that's good and bad, right? And it holds so much power in that. And so I think that's something that manifestation, it don't come easy. It's not just something like you think, all right, I'm manifesting a delicious meal with the sun going down as I have a picnic in the park. There's going to be dogs running around and families laughing. You know, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like a wish. It won't just happen. You have to build it. You have to work at it. I read something recently and I thought it was really cool. So So they're saying if you drink a cup of water, right, you have this cup in your hand. So this is coconut smoothie, but say you have the cup of water in your hand and you don't drink it yet, but you're holding it in your hand and you think, and you look at the water, and you look at the water and you think about how it's going to hydrate you and provide something beneficial to your body. You know, it's not just you're drinking this to quench your thirst and chug it. You know, you're actually going to drink the water and feel it and know that it's going to do well for you. And then when you drink it, you're going to feel that thought radiate all over your body, and it's going to continue for you as you continue your day, as you continue the next day. And every time you drink a water, it also acknowledges like your gratefulness in that exchange, you know. So I thought that was really cool thing to read, because I do believe it. I feel like it makes you another way for you to be in tune with like an element that you're taking in the world. And shout out water, shout out to spring water. One thing you said earlier was you were talking about manifestation is like the cousin's prayer, or the prayer of cousin.
Yeah.
The prayer of cousin? The
cousin of prayer.
You said that manifestation is the cousin of prayer.
Yeah.
I think that also people can get it a little twisted, because manifestation isn't like a wish, and prayers aren't a wish.
Yeah.
And I think that's like, sometimes people think like, oh, I'm praying. All you got to do is pray. All you got to do is this, especially in Catholic Filipino families. They always say, you better pray or you won't get this, or you won't do that, or you won't, or you'll make your mom mad, like stuff like that. And that's the thing, like manifestation should not be forced, just as prayer should not be forced. Yep. And the more you force, the more it won't come to you.
Yeah. Like think about it like this. This is not my example. This is an example that I got from Isabelle Palacios. If you are at a restaurant and you're eating your food and you call the waiter to because you want to order dessert, you're not going to order the dessert twice. You're not going to call that person again after you just ordered brownies a la mode. Be like, can I have the brownies a la mode? With manifestation and with prayer, you just put it out there once, and that's all you need, just the one time.
Yeah.
And then it'll come back to you. You don't have to do it twice. You just do it the one time, and that's good enough.
They got the message.
They got the message loud and clear. That's all you need. But yeah, so with manifestation, how the fuck do you start doing it? Well, the good thing about manifestation, you don't have to go to school for this shit. You could be a dropout, and it's fine. Manifestation, you could start right now, right when you're listening to this episode. So there's many different ways to manifest, and I want to say what works for us and what works for your friends or your sister or whoever may not work for you. There's so many different ways of manifesting, and the beauty about it and the beauty about learning manifestation and honing in your manifestation skills is that you're going to find something that really works for you. So for example, one way that really works for me, that works for a lot of people, is writing. So having a gratitude journal and writing everything down. I used to write my manifestation down on my notes app in my phone, and I still do from time to time, or I'll write it down physically on a piece of paper, like a separate manifestation journal. And the thing about writing is you want to be very, very clear, very intent, and very specific. So for example, you want to write a journal entry, and you want to be very specific on how it is. So maybe you want to manifest your dream apartment and the perfect day. So maybe you'll write something like, I came home to my 26th floor penthouse apartment in Miami, Florida. The sun was shining so brightly, and as I walked into my apartment, I saw myself in the mirror and I saw how banging my body was. I really worked hard. I did a lot of workouts to get this big butt. You have to be very specific. It's funny, but you have to be specific in your manifestations and when you write things out like this. Or you could do it with, say your dream job, I just got home from my dream job working with all the kids today. Today was a very successful day as a teacher for me. My kids love the new assignment, and I was able to do this. So things like that. You have to be very specific about it, and that's like one of the ways you can manifest is through writing.
That's a really good one. I remember a couple years ago, my good friend TJ, we would write lists, and we would have a goal list. So we'd have a list for our goals for 1 month, or I think it was like a week. Then it was our goals for 1 month and our goals for 1 year, 5 years, and then 10 years. So we wrote that down. We placed it individually in our own homes for something we could look at every day and, check off the list. So we did that thing in a week, check it off. A month happened later, check it off, and it was just something to kind of remind yourself too, like, these are your goals and this is what you really want. Say every week, it can be something as simple as like, my goal is happiness. And whatever happiness entails in your own life, whether it be getting a ice cream on a Monday or, taking a trip for yourself, whatever that happiness goal is for that week, at least it was there. Like, so I feel like even when you say, you know, you want to manifest happiness, I think when you say it, when you think it, even when you smile, when you laugh, like you could feel happiness, even if it's just for a slight moment. And I feel like that's also something that's a really good reminder to yourself, is like, remember how it feels to be happy, you know. And I think that's something that is also part of manifesting in the action of it.
Yeah, 100%. Another way to manifest, and this is one of my favorite ways to do it currently, and I did not learn this, I didn't make this up, but it's through Twitter. I learned this from a TikTok. If I find the TikTok, I'll put the username down below, because I feel like she has a lot of good content on manifestation. But make a secret Twitter account. And this is a Twitter account that you are not going to tell anybody about. I mean, you could tell people about it, but you don't want to give them a username. Keep it private, you know. And this is a Twitter that you're going to do similarly with the journal. So you're going to tweet things out as if they are already happening. So for example, say you are, say you're a teacher, say you're a professor, and you're tweeting out, I had a really good day at university today. One of my students made an amazing point and really understood the lecture. It was a good day. And then you could even, and the cool thing about Twitter is that you could add the visual aspect to it. So you could download images on Pinterest. Say you're manifesting a new car. So say it's like a white Tesla with pink interiors. I don't know. So you could tweet, I just got the keys to my brand new dream car. It's a white Tesla with pink interiors. And then you could attach those images to the tweet. So you're not only just writing it, you're also speaking into existence, putting it out there into the universe. And on top of that, you have the visual.
Yeah, you're visualizing it.
Yeah, visualizing is so important. Another way that you may already be manifesting, but you don't realize you are, it's through vision boards. Making one, that is manifestation in itself. And that's a great way to manifest is, you know, if you don't know what a dream board is, it's essentially what it sounds like. It's a piece of poster board or however fancy you want to make it. You could get scraps from magazines. You could print things out on Pinterest and put it on this board hanging up in your room, in your kitchen, wherever you're going to see it every single day. And the more you pass by and see, you know, whatever's on your manifestation board, whether it's a house, say it's like your dream boy or girlfriend, say, you know, it's a new computer, whatever it may be, like the more you pass by that shit, the more it's going to get in your head, and the more that manifestation's going to, you know, happen.
Yeah, I think that vision boards, I remember people were having vision board parties.
Oh yeah. And
I've never been to one. I always wanted to, but you know, I think that's a really good starter manifestation kind of activity, because it, you know, puts like Carla said, like a visual, you're actively writing it or actively pasting the photo on the board, and you're seeing these things that will eventually be yours if you just keep pushing for that energy and believing that it's yours already. You know, and I think like your example of the Twitter, the private Twitter page where it's only for your eyes to see and read. I think that's like another elevated version of a vision board, but just on a digital space where you can, you know, find it on your phone and go back to it if you want to. And I think there's like really cool ways to just kind of manifest that's not just like this manifestation, like a magical word, you know. It's attainable and understandable for sure.
100%. Like there's so many different ways. Like if you don't want to have a Twitter, maybe it's like making a collage on Photoshop or on Canva and using that as your desktop wallpaper.
Ooh,
that's like,
a good one.
you know, that there's so many different ways. Speaking of vision board parties, what if you want, like maybe we could make it on live on Kumu one day.
Oh yeah,
we could do that. And the thing about, you know, have these vision board parties, you have to go into it making sure everyone's energy is good, because the reason why you want that Twitter private is because you don't want anyone's bad juju or bad energy getting into your Twitter. What if someone sees your, you know, your tweet about wanting, like dreaming of this new car, your dream job, and someone gets in there and that's like, and says, you'll never get this, you're too stupid to get a Tesla. And then that might get in your head and, you know, mess you up. So if we do have these vision board parties, you got to come in with, you know, good energy, good positivity, you know. So
you know, I think too, as a part, something important about manifestation is knowing who to let into your life.
Ooh, yeah.
Because say if you're trying to elevate yourself and bring something different into your life that you haven't had before, but you really, really want, and you know it's for you. Like Carla said, not everybody else is going to understand that, or maybe believe in you. So you might hear a little passive aggressive like doubters in your ear, or you know, telling you stuff like you can't achieve it, or you can't have it. But you know, I think part of the manifestation is accepting that you have to let a lot of things go, and that includes people.
Some parts of Filipino culture are expired.
And by that, we mean some of it is toxic, outdated, and offensive.
So we're talking about it. Crab mentality, family expectations, and even superstitions we grew up with.
Every week on Kumu, join us as we tackle taboo conversations in the Filipino community.
We're cracking the coconut.
Each week, we hope to find common ground between Filipinos in the Philippines and Filipino Americans. Download now
And let's get cracking. So, you know, there's steps to manifestation. So the first step is to speak it into existence and put it out into the universe via your way of manifestation. So like we just explained a couple of different ways: writing, Twitter, vision boards, whatever. And you could Google this stuff. You could look it up on YouTube and see different ways. Again, what works for us may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for us. So what you want to do, put it out to the universe and speak into existence. Like,
let it go.
And then the next one is to fucking let it go. Be like Elsa. Step 2 is to let it go. And this is probably the hardest part about manifestation. It's kind of like the analogy that I gave with the waiter. You're ordering a brownie dessert from the waiter. You don't got to do it again. You just let it go. You go about your business. You talk to your friends that are at the dinner table, and you wait for that dessert to come to you.
Yeah.
So that is what you got to do. Let it go.
I was just thinking about how if you were asking the waiter for a brownie like 5 times, there's a good chance that waiter or somebody's gonna fuck up your brownie, and it won't be edible anymore, or you're gonna get something else that you did not want in your brownie. You know what I mean?
Yes. So after you speak into existence, like for example, say what you want is a new house. Say you're manifesting a new house and you say, I want a new house by the beach. Next thing is to let it go. You don't think about it. You already put it into the universe. The universe has your back. They will bring it to you, and it's already on your way. And this is the hardest part, but the way I like to see it is just try to like take it day by day, like go about your business. And then step 3 is to show gratitude, because it's already yours. What you want, the universe will give you. It's already on its way. Like the dessert that you just ordered, it's gonna fucking get to you. You know, whether it's gonna get to you in 5 minutes or like 5 days, or it's gonna get to you.
I would not be waiting 5 days for no brownie.
No. Like, or if the manifestation is gonna come to you in 5 days, or if the brownie gets to you because they're super backed up in the kitchen, it gets to you in 45 minutes. So it doesn't. So say that manifestation, that house you want or whatever, doesn't get to you in like 4 or 5 years. You never know.
And to hop onto that too, it's like manifestation is one thing, and believing in it, but you also got to put in the work.
Yes.
Like this isn't like I'm always gonna go back to Aladdin. You remember when the genie was like, what do you say? I can't make somebody fall in love with you.
Oh yeah.
Genie made Aladdin a prince because Princess Jasmine had to marry a prince, but it didn't mean that just because he was a prince that Jasmine was gonna automatically be like, "Ooh, Aladdin, I want you."
Yep.
He had to be himself to really connect with her.
Yeah.
So just like you want this thing in your life, you got to connect with this thing to bring into your space.
Exactly.
And officially be a part of your life.
Yeah, in order for manifestations to work, you yourself have to work too. A manifestation is just like a little boost of good energy and good faith into you, but you got to put in the work. Like, for example, say you are manifesting that house. You can't just sit there and, not save your money, or, stay at a job that doesn't allow you to save, or, or anything like that. If you're manifesting a brand new house, then it's already on your way. So start working for that goal. So, whether it's getting a new job that has better benefits and, higher pay so you can save, maybe it's start working on your credit so that way you do have a good credit score when you are ready to purchase a house. Maybe it's even another way to manifesting this, maybe it's even doing house tours or driving around the neighborhood you would eventually want to move in. Say you do want to live by the beach. So driving through beach homes in Newport Beach or Miami or Malibu and looking at all the pretty houses and thinking, okay, this is where I'm going to live one day, and putting that out,
Like on a natural level, like a nature level, sometimes I feel like, say if I was in a situation where I wanted a house by the beach, I think for me, my approach would be like I love going to the beach and I love hearing the water. I love smelling the beach. I love hearing the waves. I like touching the sand. And I think for me, it's just like, say I went to the beach and I was just sitting there and I was just like touching the sand and touching the water and like, what is the word? Like believing that it's already mine. Like it's already here. So I'm kind of connecting with the elements, the water, the sand, the air, and kind of manifesting like, this is going to be me like every morning on the sand, because I have the opportunity to do that because I'll live so close to the beach, and I feel like that's something too to help in the manifestation process of understanding your elements and even like connecting with the people. Yeah. Like I feel like just being kind to your network or the people you come across, because you never know who around you is going to help bring your manifestations to life.
100%.
So I feel like they always say in business, you got a network and stuff like that, but manifestation is also a network and a web of connection.
Yeah. And when you network to manifest, don't network because it would be something beneficial to you. Like network to make genuine connections and genuine friendships, because when you go into networking, and this just goes also for networking in general for business or for career stuff, when you go into networking, don't just network because, you have something I want, so that's why I'm talking to you. The last thing you want to do with your manifestations, or to elongate how long it takes you to get that manifestation, is doing something that's not genuine and being shady about it. So you don't want to do that.
I got a question.
Yes.
So we're talking here about manifestation and, bringing things to your life that you want. Do you think people out there who are like social media influencers who really don't provide anything of substance to the world besides TikTok content, what do you think they manifested their success?
Ooh, that's a good question. You know what? I mean, the thing about manifestation is that it's so unique for each person. Like each manifestation has its own like thumbprint, similar to like how we have different fingerprints and stuff. So I do think that there are some TikTokers, influencers like Addison Rae, like, the D'Amelio sisters, they're really big TikTok people.
I don't know who that is.
They're not, I don't really watch their content because what they create is not like what I'm into. I'm also fucking old. So I'm not watching young kids do their thing. But I think they probably manifested their success. Maybe it's kind of like that thing that we were saying, you order a brownie 5 times and then it gets to you, but not how you wanted it. So maybe down the line, they're thinking, I want to be famous, I want to be famous, I want to be big, I want to be big. And then now that they are big, it's not for good things. They're known as the influencers who steal content from Black creators and don't give them credit. So back to the analogy with the brownie a la mode. You put the thing in, you put your order into the waiter. Say it's been like, a few minutes and you're just waiting there, but you're doing things, you're talking, but in the back of your head, you're thinking, when's this brownie gonna come? Because I'm really itching for some really yummy chocolate. But the waiter comes by and says, hey, I'm sorry, we've been backed up. Your brownie's gonna come to you very, very soon. Just wanted to let you know, give you an update. So the universe does that. They give you little updates or synchronicities, and a synchronicity is similar to a coincidence, but it's not the same thing. So a synchronicity is the universe giving you a sign or an update, or something that they're listening to you, or, you know, telling you that what your manifestation is on its way. And the thing about manifestation is you can, you know, put out 5 different manifestations, and whatever sign they're giving you could be for any of those. So it's just, they're just giving you a sign that it's there, that it's coming. So for example, with synchronicity, so I talked about earlier in the episode how I, you know, left radio and I got the job with that digital media company, and they let me go after 6 days. So after 9 months of unemployment and feeling like shit, like I was at my lowest moment, I decided to go back to radio. I, you know, texted my old boss and I said, hey, are you willing to take me back in, you know, in a heartbeat? He said yes. So I came back to radio. On my first day back on radio, where I had to re-sign papers, was actually the same day that I saw Jasmine there. She was getting ready for a shift, or yeah, I think getting ready, not coming back. And she was just there doing her thing. And I was coming out of my boss's office with some papers. And I saw her there. I didn't like officially meet her, but I saw her. And that day I went to go get boba with some friends to celebrate me coming back to the radio station. And I'm going to post the photo now. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see it. If not, if you're listening, then I'll put in the blog post, like a link to the Instagram post. But I posted me at the boba place, and my caption was my boba order. And I ordered a jasmine milk tea. And there's probably some of you that are thinking, fuck Carla, that's, you're just, you know, putting
everybody orders jasmine milk tea.
Yeah, or whatever. But the thing is, I never ordered jasmine milk tea. I wanted something a little bit different. And then also, that in itself is a synchronicity. Whether you want to believe it or not, I totally believe it was. Like, that was the first day I ever saw Jasmine, and on that same day, I got a jasmine milk tea. I think that's a synchronicity, and look at it now. We are homies, hosting a podcast. We're roommates. We're bestest buddies. So the universe will send you a ton of different signs like that. They'll also send it in form of angel numbers, and angel numbers are essentially consecutive numbers that you'll see from time to time, like 1111, 333, 555, and those numbers will always mean something different. So 1111 is like a good ultimate angel number. It's like, you know, the universe is listening to you. So yeah, I
would love to talk to somebody one day as a guest on the podcast to who can kind of explain more about angel numbers and the synchronicities of the universe and the signs.
Yeah.
You know, like every time, like for me personally, every time I see a duality in numbers, or say like a 444, 111, I always, this is me, I always kind of acknowledge the number and kind of say a thank you to the universe for sending me a sign. And, you know, to be honest, I don't even always know what the sign is, and sometimes we'll never know. We just know it's there, and we visually see it, you know, and I don't think it's a coincidence at all. But maybe one day we'll have somebody who can talk about angel numbers and how the universe works in those special ways.
Yeah, and see, you make a really good point, like that you said you acknowledge the number. So the thing about the angel numbers is that the more open-minded you are and the more open-hearted you are, the more you will receive these synchronicities, or you'll receive these signs from the universe, like the angel numbers. But the thing about these angel numbers, say it's like 3:32, you can't sit there and watch the time. That's not a sign. That's you just like looking for it. You have to, like, these angel numbers will come, like, say you're driving on the freeway and all of a sudden the car that comes in front of you, their license plate has 444 in it. Or say you're driving and you happen to look at a Starbucks off of the freeway and the address is 444 Star Lane or whatever it is. You know, it's kind of like that. Say you happen to look at the clock and it's 555. Those are angel numbers, and those are little signs. You can't like actively look for these numbers.
It'll just appear in your vision.
It'll just come to you. And I think that's like the beautiful part of it. It's that little like piece of magic, that little like, thanks universe for sending me a sign.
Thinking of me.
Yeah, and so I mean, like I said, these numbers mean like a whole bunch of different things. You could look it up on Pinterest. I have a whole Pinterest board that has like these charts that what 444 means and, you know, what 555 means. So definitely like look it up if you're interested and all that stuff. But yeah,
you know how we we talked about earlier, how things kind of correlate and connect with each other. I honestly believe that the numbers and angel numbers are some connection as well, just like a natural thing that happens in this space that we live in. And I think what's cool is a lot of people are starting to hear about it or know about it and are curious to learn more about what magic these things bring. And I think that's a really cool thing to come across, because people are more accepting of it too. You know, I'm thinking like down the years, people were probably like, yo, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about with these numbers, but your shit doesn't make any sense. But, you know, I think now as people are becoming more spiritual and understanding spirituality, I think it's a really cool place to be right now and experience that.
Yeah, 100%. Speaking of experiences, so we also have some personal manifestation stories too. My favorite manifestation story, it kind of brings me back to the whole story that I've been talking about since the beginning. It's, you know, me leaving radio, losing my job at that digital media company. So while I was unemployed after getting let go, Niall Horan's album came out. And if you don't know who Niall Horan, he was from the group One Direction. Now he's a solo artist. He's from Ireland. I love him. He's my favorite. Anyway, so I was listening to his album day in, day out. I love it. It's absolutely fucking magical. I love his album. It is so good. And I'm not just saying that.
It's called Day In, Day Out?
No, it's... I was listening to it day in and day out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I loved his first album. It was so good. And so I was thinking to myself, I would love to go on tour with Niall. I would love to photograph him. And that all happened. And so the day I got let go from that digital media company was August 3rd. So 1 year later to the day on August 3rd, I was shooting Niall Horan at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles. So synchronicity and a manifestation.
One exact year.
Yeah. So one, it was a synchronicity, and two, it was a manifestation that came true. So that whole time I was like, you know, listening to Niall, you know, hoping that I would be able to shoot him one day and to, you know, maybe go on tour with him, or just, you know, to like be there and see him on a big stage and take photographs of him. And I got to do it, and I didn't just manifest it. Like we've been saying, you have to put in the work in. So part of me putting in the work in was, you know, having to return back to radio and like working really hard and getting into the digital space out there and becoming part of the digital team, and then applying for the photo pass and getting it, you know, and then getting accepted. And then when I was at the Greek Theater photographing Niall, that's when I realized, oh shit, like last year was the day I got let go, and now like this year I'm shooting Niall at the Greek Theater, and it's this beautiful outdoor venue. So I want to say that's my favorite personal manifestation stories, and like the one that I will forever like keep telling people, you know, the universe does have your back. They are listening. So whether, and you know, it took a whole year for that manifestation to come true, but you know, it happened though.
Yeah, man, I think that's a really great story, because it, you know, like in a most challenging time in your life where, like you said, you move back home, you're frustrated, you were not feeling yourself. But, you know, like if you kept keeping that, like that negative Nancy type of attitude and not thinking positive about yourself, you likely wouldn't even be in that position, because you would be fighting or stopping what was eventually going to be meant for you. And it wouldn't have prepped you for that moment.
Yeah, like you said, like it would have stopped me. So I didn't wanna go back to radio, because I also had this, not an ego, but I was very proud, because when I was in radio, I was very upset that I was not getting compensated correctly for the amount of work I was doing. And I was basically doing the job of a web producer, but on a pay of a promo assistant. So I was making minimum wage when I should have been making, you know, a pretty nice big hefty salary, but I wasn't. And so I when I left my job in radio and I went to this digital media company, you know, I was out of there within like a day. Like I was working radio, and then the next day I was in and so I was so proud. I was like, yes, I'm out of here. Like fuck all y'all, like I'm, you know, and then I lost my job. And then I was so like, I don't want to go back. Like, you know, I was just so proud of leaving, but I had to bite my tongue and say, fuck it, I need to get, one, out of this toxic Filipino household, two, like I just need to get out of here, and three, like there's a job for me waiting for there. I can go back. Yeah. And so I kind of had to like bite my tongue, bring down like that pride a little bit. But hey, if I didn't, then I wouldn't have that manifestation wouldn't have come true. Wouldn't have come true. And that's like why you have to work for these things.
Man, to be honest, I don't really know or have one standout story like you have. I think because I'm constantly just like manifesting and believing and imagining things in my life or what I want in my life, it's just a constant rolling occurrence, you know. Even, I mean, I guess I could say, you know, when I first moved out to LA, and you know, I was completely green. I didn't know anybody who worked in entertainment and didn't know how I would maneuver my way in LA. And you know, I've been so blessed to be in different situations of opportunity, you know, like I've got to work on many different sets, working with many different talented people. And I think part of that manifestation goes back to when I, you know, was struggling, like I said, with anxiety earlier. Yeah. And, you know, knowing that I was meant to do more and feel better than that moment, that one of my lowest moments. Yeah. But yeah, it was knowing that, you know, even in my lowest moment, that I was meant for more than just feeling like shit. Yeah. You know, I was meant to achieve more and meant to experience more. And I think that's what helps me now too. You know, in my life, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out this new journey of where I am in my career and how I'm going to maneuver through this new space. So like even recently, I got to work at a really, really cool art show out here in LA. And it's one of, these artists that I really, really enjoy their work. And, you know, it was an event space. So it was definitely something up my alley and something that I have in my back pocket. You know, I've done it before and I was completely confident to work this event and be a part of this crew. And, you know, even when I applied for this job, I was like, I got it in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel, and it wasn't like a conceitedness at all. It was just like, I know what I'm doing. So if they do decide to bring me on for this event, then they're going to get a really good, hardworking person. Yeah. You know, so I already envisioned that I'm going to be in this space working with them and giving it my best. And, you know, and you know, I was so blessed to be given the opportunity to work with this artist and his team, because they're such a great group of people. And, you know, that's who I want to work with. You know, I've worked in this industry for over, I think, 7 years now. And not everybody I've come across has been a great person to work with, you know, who doesn't, like, most people have attitudes and egos, you know, like in any place, you know. And what I manifested for myself is the next people I want to work with, or anybody who I come across, I want them to be genuine, hardworking, kind people, and who acknowledge you, who look you in the eye and say like, hey, what's up, Jasmine? You know, like good to see you. Thanks for your help. Very appreciative. And that goes a long way. It doesn't even have to be in a workspace. It could be, like I said earlier in the podcast, you know, like your network, you're connected to everybody and everything. So whatever you give out to them, it's going to go back inwardly to you. But don't do it because it's like a selfish thing. Like, oh, I'm going to be nice to you because I want the universe to be nice back to me. Nah, it's you be nice because that is what you want to live and breathe. And, you know, it's all these energies that you put out there that will come back to you as well. So, yeah, like, I think that manifestation is always going to be constant. And that's just like a way of life, to be honest.
Yeah. You know, you touched on, you know, what you just said. It's a very positive thing. And that brings me to little last bit that we're going to talk about in this episode, and it's ways to be a better manifester. And manifesting takes practice. It takes some time. You have to constantly do it to get better at it. The first time you manifest, you might not be able to do it right away, or it might not come to you quickly. It's a process, but there are ways to be a better manifester, so your goals can come to you easier, quicker, or as exactly how you want them to. And the first thing is to be positive. Manifestations will only work if you are positive. They only work on positive people. And positivity doesn't necessarily mean happy. When I was talking about my Niall Horan story, I was definitely in a really bad, low, sad place, but I was still positive that things could turn up, even though I was feeling really dark and feeling super sad and very upset, and I had all this unwanted pressure from my parents and all this stuff, and I was just not in a good place. There was still that little flicker of hope, that little it's funny because that's Niall Horan's song Flicker. Anyways, so there's like this little flicker of positivity, of hope that things will turn out for the better. And that's the importance of manifestation, is to be positive and to also be confident in everything. Another way to be a better manifester is to let go of limiting beliefs. And limiting beliefs are a negative idea that you believe to be true. So things like, I don't deserve love, or I'm not smart enough to be in this job. So like imposter syndrome would be a limiting belief. Limiting beliefs are limiting, so they will limit your chances of manifesting and making sure your goals come true. So you have to be confident. So if you want to manifest the love of your life one day, you can't say, I don't deserve love, I'm too ugly to find a boyfriend. You can't be fucking thinking like that. First of all, you're a beautiful soul. First of all. Second of all, you do deserve love. Everyone on this planet deserves love. So you have to truly believe it. Like, it's not annoying. It's just kind of sad when I hear friends, or I see people on TikTok, or like read people's statuses on Facebook, and they're like, oh, I'll never find someone, like I'm not good enough. I'm like, yeah, with that attitude, you're not.
Especially that you're putting it out on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like that's like we said, you could manifest it in different ways, and putting that out there and as a negative affirmation, that is doing more damage than you think. Like, it's like you really want nothing to come to you.
Exactly. So you got to find it within yourself, to find that beauty in you, to find that good energy and put that out to you. You have to look at yourself in the mirror, write these things down, write down positive affirmations. I am that bitch, I am beautiful, I am deserving of love. Money, I am a money magnet,
I want to be a money magnet.
Shit, me too. That's one of my positive affirmations. But that's the whole thing. You have to be positive. So let go of the limiting beliefs. Be positive and say these positive affirmations out loud. And these will truly help you become a positive, or like a better manifester. And another way to be a better manifester is
Side note, it reminds me, every time you say manifester, it reminds me of being on one of the passengers in Manifest.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, oh, you're the manifestors.
You were on seat 12C. Sitting behind that other lady. Sitting behind... I was sitting behind Michaela. I love Manifest. You need to watch that. It's on Netflix right now. They got 3 seasons.
And a 4th one coming on the way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
anyways, back to this manifestation.
So you have to act like it's already yours. Manifestation, a big part of it is to just, letting go and thanking the universe and being grateful because it's already on your way. That dessert is already on your way. So act like it's already yours. So if you're sitting at the table and your dessert's coming, put your plates off to the side, or maybe use the restroom and get yourself ready to eat that dessert. You know what I mean?
Kind of loosen the load there.
Unbuckle
a button.
Exactly. So get yourself ready and act like it's already yours, because it really is. So for example, say you're trying to manifest that brand new car. So act like it's already yours. So start saving money for some fun car trinkets, like whether it's air fresheners or really cool, I don't know what the fuck you put in your car, like a car trash can,
like a new research window tint spots.
Window tint spots.
If you want some new wheels, go research some wheels that you want.
Yeah. Or like another really good example of, acting like it's already yours. Like if you want to be the CEO of your own company, then start acting like a CEO. Is the CEO, always going to better themselves? Are they going to take seminar classes and learn how to be a better businesswoman? Or are they going to sit there and gossip about stupid people and try to sabotage the competition? A CEO doesn't do that. A boss bitch don't do that.
Or even something with like being a boss or like a better worker is don't go to sleep late. Don't go to sleep and wake up. Don't wake up at like 12 o'clock every day, 12 p.m. every day. You got to start usually early, so you could set yourself up with a better schedule and that preparation. It's kind of like training for a Spartan race or something.
Yeah.
You got to get your body ready, just like you got to get your body ready for what you want in your life.
So you got to act like that shit already yours, because to be honest, it really is. And one of the last ways to be a better manifester is to just be grateful. Gratitude is probably one of the most important things. And it could be hard to be grateful for something that's not tangible, for something that's not yours. Like, how can you be grateful for this brand new Tesla if you don't have a Tesla in your driveway right now? But you just got to be grateful, and part of being grateful for what's to come is being grateful for what you already have, and Amen. That's really important. So I think, in order to be a good manifestor, be positive, let go of the limiting beliefs. You are deserving of everything that you want. Put out good energies and good vibrations. Keep elevating to the highest frequency. Act like the shit's already yours, because it is. It's on its way. And then to just be grateful. So
that part, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yo, all right. So manifestation, everybody. And if you liked our conversation and you want to talk more with us about manifestation, and maybe share your own personal stories on how things, how your manifestation journey has been, we'd love to hear about it.
Yes, definitely. You could tell us on social media, because we are on Facebook and Instagram at Cracking the Coconut, as well as Twitter and TikTok at Cracking the Coco. Slide into our DMs. Let us know in the comments, whatever it may be.
Slide in like a slip and slide.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And we also have our website, crackingthecoconut.com. You could read a couple things about us. Also, our blog posts on all our episodes, which we have, I think, 11 now.
We have 10 in the first season. This is going to be 11.
This will be our 11th blog post and episode. So check us out, guys. Thank you for joining us. If it's your first time, welcome. We hope to see y'all again on Cracking the Coconut.
Yeah. Don't forget, we do stream every single Tuesday on Kumu, on the Kuma app. All that information will be in the blog post. So download the app. Come join us 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11 a.m. Philippine time.
Yes. And also, again, happy Filipino American History Month.
Yay!
Like I said in the beginning, go read something, learn something new about Filipino American history.
Yes, or support local Filipino-owned businesses.
Like Nanay Land.
Yes.
You see it. Shout out to Nanay Land. Oh, and also to Monday Suck.
Oh, yeah.
This is also a Filipino brand. I got the corduroy stitch here, SF, All right.
I don't got anything Filipino besides the person.
The Filipino American person.
Anyways, thank you again for listening, watching us, joining us. We will see you in the next episode. Have a good day, night, evening, and fucking manifest the shit right now. Go do it. Okay.
All right.
Bye. Bye.